done to protect the players.
Our focus is how to take the head out of the game and make sure that we're using the helmet as protection and is not being used as a weapon. And that's the core of what we're focused on. And I think we made a tremendous amount of progress in that this week. There's a great deal of communication, education that still needs to take place. We'll be doing that over the next 90 days, including going to each club, having a players, coaches, medical staff, all hands on deck at each club to be able to go through the changes and make sure everyone's fully aware of them and the basis for those changes.
Odell Beckham Jr. trade rumors have been a hot topic around the league. While the Giants have not openly shopped OBJ, NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport says after speaking with several general managers and team decision makers, the Giants would have to be blown away on an offer to trade Beckham. Ian adding it would take a first-round pick and more to pry Odell out of New York. And Nate, with that, we say now back to you. You got to remember, dude, jab, jab, jab. You know what I mean? You got to get it going, you know?
Will, you're embarrassing us in front of Congress.
Bull. You know what I mean?
I love you, though. I love you, man. The fighting Silva. All right, listen, we are back at GMFB with the heavyweight champion of the world, Deontay Wilder. My man is in the building. Thank you so much for having fun with us in the last segment. Now, let's get to it.
That was not fun. That stare down, by the way?
Yeah. Intimidation?
Terrifying.
Nice,
You're terrifying.
I know. That's how you read.
He brought it. I was like, okay,
All right, now, Deontay, you're coming off a huge knockout win over top contender Luis Ortiz, and a bunch of us watched that fight. It was dramatic. After really going out there, dominating later in the fight, you knocked him out. What did you learn about yourself, kind of overcoming a tough challenge in Ortiz?
Right. I've been asked that question like more than maybe twice,
Yeah.
2 or 3 times, and I'm gonna keep it the same as I always said.
Keep it real.
Because some people may not understand it, but for me, what I've learned about myself in that fight, honestly, I didn't learn nothing that I already didn't know. You know what I mean? That's the key point that I already didn't know. I knew that I had the heart. I knew that I can overcome adversity. I knew that I could take a punch.
Yeah.
I knew that I could do all these things, but it's just the point of translating it to the viewers that's looking on the outside looking in, having those questions behind me. Can he do this?
Yeah.
Can he go the distance? Can he take the punch? And that night, I proved everything.
So did.
I am one of your biggest fans. I love watching boxing on a Saturday night, and you have been lighting it up for years now. All eyes now are now on this Anthony Joshua-Joseph Parker fight in the UK. Yeah. It's going to unify the other heavyweight championship belts. You decided not to attend the fight. Why aren't you making the trip across the pond and working on that one?
Well, I'm not taking the trip, and I was looking forward to it. I got a lot of fans over there. But Scott Sports hired me to come over. I told them I would come over only for one condition, and that's if AJ win, that I was going to get in front of the ring. I was going to size him up, look him in the eyes, man to man, and tell him I want to knock him out. But so Scott Sports told me it was okay. They said we can make that happen.
Sure, we'll make it happen.
No problem. Hey, you know, nothing look.
Sounds good for us.
Stare down, you know.
Well, you already been saying that you want to knock him out. But you said you want to look him in the face.
Yeah, I want to look at, because it's nothing like that dominant presence. It's nothing like that, you know, you man to man.
Right.
You know?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, there you go.
We saw it last segment.
Yeah,
So how
for
does
sure.
that? So how come it doesn't come?
So, well, you know, so they said it wouldn't be a problem, and then, you know, a couple of days later, I get a phone call from my manager saying that it's not going to be possible.
What?
So, you know, and I was like, well, you know, I can't come if it's not possible.
Right.
They said AJ, you know, didn't want it to happen. Say hire extra security. I even heard the extent of putting a restraining order or whatever. They said he didn't want to hype the fight. What we hyping it for? You know, and different things like that. You know,
Because when hype the fight, he doesn't want the fight. What
It's called spur.
you know what I mean? Yeah, so that's the same thing I'm on. I'm like, this is one of the biggest heavyweight title fights in history. Unifying all the belts.
Yes.
You know, all the belts. And you mean you don't want to hype the fight up? But his promoter says that I need to raise the profile. I need to hype this fight up a little bit
We
more.
need you. We need a little push from you.
Yeah. But what's a better way to hyping this fight than
face-to-face.
being in front of 70,000 people and the millions that's watching? two of the best, one from the UK,
Deontay, I
one
do
from
pay-per-view
America.
just for that, man. I pay just for that, man. That's incredible. And you know, you're at this position now where everybody wants a piece of the crown, all right? Everybody's thirsty. Everyone wants to fight you. You look at this guy, Dillian White. They call him the body snatcher, all right? So he knocks out Lucas Brown, and just like that, your name is in his mouth. He wants to be your next fight. Deontay Wilder this. What's your response when you hear that?
Well, you know, with Dillian White, my goal is, of course, Anthony Joshua. That's who I want to unify. But like I've told them before, I have no problem fighting Dillian White. You know, I see how eager he wants to fight me, and I like that. That brings competition. That's going to bring the best out of him whenever we do step in the ring. You know, I have no problem with it. If only thing they could do to get me and Dillian White to fight, I told them if they fight Ortiz and he win against Ortiz, you automatically got me.
Yeah,
or if you add Joshua to the end of the contract, you know.
The winner faces Joshua.
It's easy. Right. Then we can get a Dillian White, because I feel Dillian White have done nothing to deserve a title fight with him.
Just make noise.
Period. He just made noise, you know. And Dillian White is a blockage. He's like trying to Eddie Hearns is trying to detour this fight from happening. He's trying to prolong it.
Bridge, right?
Yeah. So Dillian White is that blockage, you know, from getting through what we got to go. But, you know, I have no problem with nobody. I love this sport, you know. I love to do it. God have blessed me with the talent and ability and the skill to do it. So I want to display it to the world.
And you live this sport, clearly, yet somehow you still have the time to watch Crimson Tide on Saturdays because you smoked me in that competition. Who was your favorite player growing up?
Favorite player growing up, especially being young, it had to be like Dan Marino.
Really?
Yeah.
Going back to the Dolphins.
Yeah.
You know, I remember playing the video game, always getting the
Tecmo Bowl.
Hell yeah, man.
you know, all that stuff, and just playing with him and being the quarterback and stuff. It was fun with old Dan Marino. I still think about him to this day.
That's amazing.
At the time, one of the best throwers in the game.
Yes,
And how about
definitely.
the best puncher in the game?
can
Talking
throw.
about Dan Marino, yeah. So if you had to compare your fighting style to an NFL player, who would it be?
Who would it be? I have to go with Brett Favre.
Oh, I love that.
I have to.
Gunslinger.
Yeah, aggressive. You know, he one punch knockout. You know, rough,
Yeah.
intimidating,
Yeah.
ready to win. He got the will to win and the determination, and you know, he about Bomb Squad, man.
Hey, you going bombs for real. You ain't
real.
lying.
Not Odell Beckham Jr.?
Nah. You know, I gotta go with a captain. You know, a leader.
Yeah.
You know, the quarterback is always the captain.
These
the
Southern
leader of
guys,
the
they all
squad.
love, you know.
Southern Miss.
From Mississippi boy, Alabama guy, that's what it is. All right, your daughter Naya was born with spina bifida, and you've said that she's the reason you even started fighting in the first place. I'm so overwhelmed by your story. And first of all, how's your daughter doing? And second of all, how important is it for you to kind of represent yourself and also your family?
Yeah, most definitely. My daughter is doing great. You know, she just turned 13 on the 20th, so she's a teenager now. I got a teenager now, and I was at her pool party, and I was just looking amongst her and just reminiscing about the times when she was young and had to go through all the medical issues, the doctors sticking the needles in her, the surgeries that she had. And I remember one point in time that, you know, she was going through that. She was crying, reaching for me, but I couldn't help her when the doctor, you know, I know that was making, you know, I think about certain things that she went through and overcame and still here now. And as a father, as I think about her, I'm smiling. This is my smile. So when I look at her, this is the same reaction that I had with her because she came so far. I mean, you know, it's just, I'm so proud of her. You know, a lot of people don't want to see you want your babies to stay babies, but for me, the more she grow, the more I see success, and the more it makes me a proud father.
Oh, you got
know.
That's
awesome, man.
About to cry?
right. No, I hear you, man. I hear you.
man.
I hear
Real
you.
talk, man.
We got
Real
some
talk.
fathers here. I get it. The best tonight, yeah, please.
Yeah, for sure.
Before you go, Deontay, it's kind of a cool thing we did here. We once had Tony Richardson on the show. He's one of the all-time great fullbacks. His job was just to run into linebackers. Years ago, I heard you describe the perfect punch. And I went to Tony Richardson and I said, if that's the perfect punch, what's the perfect block feel like? Tony Richardson said, when you hit him, you can feel the soul collapse. It just collapses as you
soul?
hit them. Their soul, man, the whole soul. So let me bring it back to you. Having heard that, and a few years later, a few fights later, what does the perfect punch feel like to Deontay Wilder?
The perfect punch, you know, I said it was like slicing cheese. But if you really get it on the chin, it just is, you don't really feel nothing. You just know it. You know, that's, for me, the perfect, because most of the time when I hit a guy, I feel the structure of their face in my fist. I can feel all that. But if you get it, I'm talking about sharp on the chin.
On the buttons.
It just, you don't really feel nothing. You just see the guy drop. Now, that's the ultimate perfect. My perfect is I hit him, I feel it, like I said, slicing cheese. But the ultimate, when you really get him with the full extension, you automatically know it's sharp on the chin. That's why they use the term glass chin and different things, because you want to shatter it. You want to break that. And for me, that
Have
is
you ever
the
had
ultimate.
the perfect punch?
I never had the perfect punch.
You hit Spilka with the cheese slicer, right?
Spilka was a chin slicer.
Like a deli.
Spilka was the chin.
southpaw.
Spilka definitely was. I felt just a little bit on that, but I'm trying to think.
Still chasing that perfect punch?
I done had so many.
When did you realize, like, I have this right hand, I really got something here? Like, what was your first experience with that?
Like when I started getting into the 10, 15 and 0, just consistently just continue to win and win and win. I'm like, wow, I'm knocking these guys out, because you rarely see it just continuously just keep going and going and going. Then starting getting into the 30s. And then now, 39, I'm 40 and 0 with 39 KOs, and then never get old. You never get old, and I'm still amazed when I knock a guy out. Yeah. I'm still in amaze. So a lot of people think I rely on my power, but I don't, because I got so many other attributes that I can use. And first you have to set the right hand up anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
You got to be a boxer to do that.
Man. But when I knock guys out, I'm still like, damn, I did it.
Hey, well, listen, it's been an absolute honor to have you here. We are all fans of you as a fighter, but I'll say this, speak for the table, even bigger fans of you as a father.
Yep.
Good luck, man. And the reason you can call fighters out is because you put in the work and you got that resume. And not only do you show up, you show out.
Most
so
definitely.
Good luck, man, and can't wait to see you in the ring again.
Thank you so much,
Deontay
brother.
Wilder, man,
Thank you
the
so
best.
much. Thank you, guys.
All right, after this, Peter has said that Cleveland should take Sam Darnold